welcome. We're going to start with a 9/11 memorial vid. Another stream, not this one. Hold on. All right, hold on 1 second.
1011, are you trying to call?
The cockpit is not answering. The cockpit is not answering. I
9/11 was not an inside job. I wanted to show that. Yeah, I happen to see books are still alive. All right, let's get back to this first.
Everyone's been stabbed and the 5 is the death. What's going on, Betty? That's erratic again. Very erratic. Betty, talk to me. Betty, are you there? Betty? Betty?
A plane just
What?
737.
Like the World Trade. Who are you talking to?
Oh God. Oh my God.
United 175, New York. We have some problems over here right now. We might have hijacked over here, 2 of them. Jules, this is Ryan, living on an airplane that's been hijacked. Things don't go well. I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to be good. So happy to time. Thanks to my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you, and I will see you later. Bye, babe.
What are those people going to do? All the other airplanes down.
Oh my God! So both towers are now.
Okay, I got an aircraft 6 miles to the White House.
Crystal City, just north of Crystal City.
Just to the north of your town.
Yeah, stop all the punters.
Pentagon just got hit. Don't say that. Goddamn, I can't protect my NCA.
United 93, use 1 o'clock, 12 miles eastbound 370.
Negative contact, we're looking at United 93.
United 93, Cleveland, if you hear the center right then.
I got the piece down. Remain to be. You have the ball,
Tuesday, 9:47 a.m.
Hi, baby. Baby, you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. I want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
We're 56865. We have, I believe it is a Boeing 757. Can you see him up there, sir?
That's confirmed. It looks like he's rocking his wings.
Brother.
He's looking back and forth.
We're 56865. Advise you stay away from that aircraft. Go north as fast as you can.
United 93. Have you got information on that yet?
Yeah, he's down.
He's down?
Yes.
When did he land?
He did not land.
Oh, he's down?
Yes, somewhere up northeast of Camp David.
I just want to let you know I love you, and I'm stuck at my shelter in New York. There's lots of smoke, and I just wanted you to know that I love you always.
at number 2 World Trade Center, right? Ladies and students in the walking. We're not ready to die. It's getting bad.
I'm on the 83rd floor. I'm gonna die, aren't I? No. I'm gonna die. Liv, say your prayers. We're gonna pause it because we gotta help each other get off the floor. I'm gonna die.
A new type of war. That's what it is.
Well, as we stand 31 stories above the 9/11 memorial in this hallowed ground, we think back to that day 20 years ago that the city and our world changed
22 years today.
forever. And of course, it is a day that we'll never forget. But the timeline of that morning, all these years later, might be a bit of a blur to you now.
It was a terror attack that left the Twin Towers in rubble and the Pentagon on fire. And News 4 anchor Chuck Scarborough reported on all of to really walk us through that morning. Chuck.
Natalie, September 11th, Tuesday, 2001, was a crystal clear day, very much like this one. A perfect day for flying and a perfect day for 19 al-Qaeda jihadis to perpetrate the most devastating attack on American soil in the country's history, turning airliners filled with unsuspecting men, women, and children into missiles that would claim 2,977 lives.
Nice and comfortable, clear sky out there, sky brightening, brilliant looking Tuesday.
Thousands of New York City voters are expected to cast their ballots today in the primaries.
It's 6 a.m., and voters are trickling to cast their ballots in a crowded and heated Democratic mayoral primary.
It's a good time to get out to the polls and vote.
A stop on the way to work for many New Yorkers in lower Manhattan. 300 miles away, hijackers Mohammed Atta and Abdulaziz Al-Amari have cleared security at Portland International Airport in Maine. 17 other hijackers will pass through Logan, Newark, and Dulles airports over the next 90 minutes. Atta and Al-Amari take a short commuter flight to Boston, where they board American Airlines Flight 11. The flight takes off for Los Angeles with 5 hijackers on board. United Airlines Flight 175, also bound for Los Angeles, is airborne roughly 15 minutes later. Moments later, a flight attendant on board Flight 11 makes an alarming call to her airline.
I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked. We can't get the cockpit. The door won't open.
During the call, hijacker Mohammed Atta is heard trying to calm the passengers. He will kill 22 minutes later.
Stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're turning to the airport.
Apparently, a plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center here in New York City.
At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 crashes into One World Trade Center, instantly killing hundreds and trapping hundreds more above the 91st floor.
We looked up and there was a plane. Next thing you know, it was like boom, ran up to the corner and hit right into the World Trade Center.
It was a big ball of fire that just went up.
Lieutenant Town reports that there was a fire at the World Trade Center, and that's the area where we launched the airplane.
Port Authority police ordered the evacuation of both towers as first responders from every corner of the city rushed to lower Manhattan. Calls pour in from people trapped above the 91st floor.
You said you got people where?
106th floor. You guys trapped in there? Can't get to the stairway. Can't get to the elevators.
By now, passengers on United 175 know they're under attack.
Jules, this is Ryan. Live on an airplane that's been hijacked. And things will go well. It's not looking good. I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do it. So have a good time. Same for my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you. And I'll really miss you. Hi, Dave.
Is he descending also? He's descending really quick, too, yeah. Another one just hit the building. Wow. Wow. Another one just hit the World Trade.
9:03 a.m., United 175 strikes the South Tower of the World Trade Center.
You can see that we've just had another explosion. Both of them now appear to be on fire.
Oh, another one just hit. I've never seen any. It looks like a movie. I saw a large plane, like a jet, go immediately heading directly into the World Trade Center. It just flew into it.
All that we know right now is that 2 airplanes struck the 2 large towers of the World Trade Center.
President George Bush is told of the second crash while visiting with children at an elementary school in Sarasota, Florida.
Today, we've had a national tragedy. Terrorism against our nation will not stand.
In Washington, Vice President Cheney and other officials are evacuated to the Presidential Emergency Operations Center under the White House. 1 minute later, American Airlines Flight 77 crashes into the Pentagon.
You are looking at live pictures of what appears to be an attack on the Pentagon.
But it's too late for the passengers and crew on board Flight 93. By now, the attack on America was playing out on live TV for everyone to see. Passengers trade phone calls and messages with loved ones who tell them about the crashes at the World Trade Center and the Pentagon.
Mark, this is your mom. It's 10:54 a.m. The news is that it's been hijacked by terrorists. They are planning to probably use the plane as a target to hit some site on the ground. If you possibly can, try to overpower these guys.
At 9:59, as the passengers on Flight 93 formulate a plan to seize control from the hijackers, the South Tower collapses.
We're not sure exactly what happened, but it was another explosion on the far side of one of the buildings where we're standing.
4 minutes later, Flight 93 crashes into a field near the town of Shanksville, Pennsylvania, after passengers and crew members heroically stormed the cockpit, preventing a second attack on the nation's capital. Then, at 10:28, 9/11's final catastrophe. 1 hour and 42 minutes after the first one struck the World Trade Center, the North Tower collapses.
That's World Trade Center 2 has just collapsed. They're gone. The World Trade Center is no more.
Natalie, Adam, the terrible events of that morning took less than 2 hours. And here we are 2 decades later with the shock waves from that day still ring through our lives. In fact, around here, we've seen a number of American Airlines crews around the memorial here depositing wreaths on this day before the 20th anniversary.
Oh, Chuck, we thank you so much for that look back here. And as we're talking about, you feel the calm here today, Adam. I'm seeing the American flag. You can't see off in the distance there with the breeze going. And we really appreciate your reflections there, Chuck. Thank you for
Chuck.
that. All right, we're going to be sharing the stories of victims leading up to the September 11th ceremony 20 years later. We invite you to join us for our live coverage tomorrow. That's starting at 6 a.m. That's on air, online, and also on our...
I'll play one more video and give my thoughts, what I was doing, what I remember from that day. And I wish I would have done this morning, but I just didn't. I was waking up about the time. It would have been good to do it about the time, or close to the time the day started.
This is how that day unfolded.
My daughter called me. She said,
Hold on. It's not what I wanted to do. Let's see. How that ghost dude said, and Jesse Ventura is not a person that comes up with that idea. we'll check this out because I haven't seen this. But yeah, I don't really want to go too deep into that stuff because I don't think it was really that much of an inside job.
Welcome back to CBS Mornings. Saturday marks 20 years since the 9/11 terror attacks, and some of the victims' families are still demanding answers from the government. 15 of the 19 hijackers were Saudi nationals, and many family members believe there is a connection between Saudi leadership and the attackers. Last week, President Biden ordered the review and possible release of classified documents related to 9/11. And CBS News spoke exclusively with a retired FBI agent who was part of a still secret investigation into the hijacker support network inside the U.S. and the possible role of Saudi government officials and employees. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge has a story.
This summer, Brett Eagleson went to Capitol Hill to press the U.S. government to release secret files from the FBI's 9/11 case.
We've told the sad story for 19 years. You know, cried on camera.
Eagleson's father, Bruce, worked in and died in the South Tower of the World Trade Center. Now grief has turned to rage.
You know, it's not about that anymore. It's about how we're angry. We're pissed off.
It is painful.
The Eaglesons and other 9/11 families want details of a secret FBI investigation codenamed Operation Encore, centered on the two hijackers that lived in San Diego.
It's a 10-year-long investigation that specifically investigated the role that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia played in supporting the hijackers.
Is that the first mosque they went to in San Diego?
This is it right here on our left.
Danny Gonzalez was an FBI agent who worked on Operation Encore. He showed us the neighborhood the hijackers lived in before they crashed American Airlines Flight 77 into the Pentagon. This is Gonzalez's first television interview about the case.
19 hijackers cannot commit 3,000 mass murders by themselves.
Based on what you found, do you believe there was a domestic support network for the hijackers?
Obviously.
No question.
But I can't comment on it, but you don't have to be an FBI agent with 26 years of experience to figure that out.
Gonzalez says the two hijackers, Nawaf al-Hazmi and Khalid al-Mihdhar, were helped by a number of Saudis, including Omar al-Bayoumi. Bayoumi worked for the Saudi government in California and has said he simply ran into the two hijackers at a restaurant in Los Angeles and encouraged them to move to San Diego.
And this is the building he lived in.
There, he helped them find an apartment and open a bank account. The two hijackers even started flight school nearby.
Can't sit on the sidelines when I know the truth.
Gonzalez says he's under FBI orders not to talk about certain aspects of Operation Encore because of national security concerns, as is another former agent, Ken Williams, who wrote a memo before 9/11 warning terrorists taking flight lessons in Arizona. Both men are now working as investigators for the families.
The evidence is there. I've seen it, but I can't get into the specifics because of protective order.
In a statement, the Saudis said they had nothing to do with this terrible crime, and they support the full declassification of any documents. Under President Biden's executive order, some of the secret files must be reviewed by Saturday, the 20th anniversary of the attacks.
We are writing history as we speak, and it's my goal that when my daughter goes to school, when she's taught the subject, that we get it right.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Catherine Herridge.
Well, that's interesting. I have to look more into that. I didn't know anything about that. So, anyways, 9/11, I was in school that day. I remember my grandmother telling me about it, and we were coming back from school and telling me that we had got attacked. We knew like something was going on with teachers and stuff. They were going in and out, but you know, they didn't really tell us anything. I found out, like I said, when I was leaving, coming all the way back from school. But let's all remember the families of the victims, from the towers to the planes, and their loved ones, and take a moment of silence. Amen. And God be with all of them. I actually had a distant relative that was there that day. They didn't get hurt, thankfully. But yep, in the screen. This one.